Yo, 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 wagwan, what's good? Or if you prefer, hello, how are you? I hope you're well. It's me, Kitmanaman. Let's talk about the price of football shirts and how certain manufacturers are taking the mickey out of consumers. Before we get all the way into this video, where we're going to be talking about how Adidas messed up with the new Arsenal shirt and how the new price points are basically ripping off the consumer. Make sure you hit a subscribe to this channel. I am so close to 1,000 subs. Yeah, that I can nearly touch it. And who knows, maybe when I hit 1,000 subs, there might be a cheeky little giveaway. I think I'm gonna do a question and answer session for when I actually do reach 1,000. Thank you to every single one of you that have supported me and helped me keep going, man. And I get lots of feedback from you guys, people DMing me on Instagram, on Twitter and stuff, telling me that they enjoy the content. And trust me, I appreciate you lot so much. Yeah, let's get some likes on this one. Do you know what? I'm gonna be bold, yeah? Let's try and get like 60 likes on this video. It's that time of the year again. New shirts are being released. Yeah, the most exciting time for football shirt collectors and fans, right? It's when you start to pick out the shirts for this season that you're like, I like that one, and you're probably gonna go out and spend some money. The problem is your money is not going as far as it used to. I'm gonna talk about the two main manufacturers of football shirts, which are Nike and Adidas. We're finding ourselves in a situation now where most people are looking at the price of football shirts and what you actually get for your money and thinking, it's a bit crazy. It's getting very expensive. I think what's most important is to establish the different types of football shirt. And what I mean by that is especially with Nike and Adidas, for each team that they release a shirt, they have two types of shirt. They have a quote unquote basic replica version. That doesn't mean it's fake. It's a proper legitimate football shirt sold by Nike and Adidas in the club, but it's made for fans, so the badges will be stitched and stuff like that, and it's just focused on comfort for people to wear and keeping the price down. Well, relatively down. And then you have match shirts or player shirts, which are made from premium materials, breathable, stretchy materials. The badges and the logos tend to be heat pressed on to save weight, and these are more akin to what actual players wear on the pitch. With Nike, their basic version or their stadium / dry fit standard version usually you're used to retail between 70 to 75 pounds for a shirt. Now the new price for that shirt is around 80 pounds. Nike match premium player version, if you want to call it that, which they call advanced AVD, used to retail at around 115 pounds. Now it retails at 125. Adidas, they have Aero Ready as their standard normal kind of just fan version, and that used to retail at around 70 to 75 pounds. Now Adidas's authentic heat ready player version shirt, they used to retail at around 100 to 120 pounds. Now it's between 110 and 130 pounds, which is quite a lot of money for these player versions. And I'm going to focus on Adidas for a little bit, because what Adidas are doing and have done is there's a very distinct difference between the standard 80 pounds Aero Ready shirt and the heat ready player spec 120 110 to 130 pound shirt. So last season they done it a few times with MLS teams where they would miss out like key design features on the shirt. So I remember on the LA Galaxy shirt, they didn't have the taping on the arms and slightly different colors on the collar. And I think even the year before that on the home one, they omitted the stars on the cheap version. On the
It's not cheap because it's £75.
but on the standard Aero Ready version, there was no stars on the collar, but on the £120 heat ready one, they had stars in the collar, and it's made its way to England and to the Premier League with Arsenal, which there's a whole story around that. So I know everyone was getting onto Arsenal and thought it was banter that Arsenal would put gold accents on their new home shirt for this season. And it was like, everyone thought it was because they thought we was going to win the league and all of that stuff. It was getting all the memes and all the banter. It wasn't for that. The reason why Arsenal had gold trim on this shirt was because it is 20 years since Arsenal went invincible. And to highlight that fact and pay homage to the fact that Arsenal went invincible, Adidas and Arsenal decided that they was going to make a shirt to tribute that. So on the authentic home shirt for Arsenal, the heat ready player version, £110 version of the shirt, along the hem on the side of the shirt, they have put in the record of Arsenal's invincible. So W for wins, D for draws, right? And they messed up, right? So we all know in the Premier League there's 38 games in a season, but Adidas have made a manufacturing error and only put 32 out of the 36 of the sequence and W's and D's along the side, which is a big problem. They've had to recall all of the shirts and are offering refunds to all Arsenal fans that have gone out and bought the shirt. And there's been a lot of talk around the community that people saying, oh, well, people that have the version with the 32 instead of the 38, they're going to be like a rare collectible or something like that. I think it's going to be quite the opposite. A lot of people have bought that shirt already. I'm sure it hit records of shirts being sold in the first weekend for Arsenal, so a lot of people have bought it. And also, if I know these big manufacturing companies, they're not in the business of losing money. They are not going, they've made hundreds, thousands, probably tens of thousands of these shirts. They're not going to go and burn them or throw them in the rubbish bin. And I'm going to predict that in a few months' time, those shirts, the ones with the 32 instead of the 38, will probably end up in somewhere like TK Maxx at a reduced price. Because the way that these shirts work, people are blaming Arsenal and all of these things. To my understanding, the way that these things work is Adidas will pay Arsenal X amount of money a year to be their kit manufacturer, however millions of pounds per year to in a kit deal, and then Arsenal will receive somewhere between 7 and 15%, depending on different teams' deals, somewhere between 7 and 15% from every sale of a shirt, wherever it's sold. And then Adidas will keep the other 93 to 85%, and that will cover taxes, production costs, shipping, tax, all of that sort of stuff that Adidas deal with. But I've been made aware that the price of a authentic / heat ready type shirt for Adidas to manufacture is somewhere in the region of about 8 to 15 pounds. And then the rest is not profit because they're overheads, but the rest is what they sell it for, the £110 or whatever. So even if Adidas have recalled all of these shirts and then sell each unit to TK Maxx for £20 a shirt, Adidas on each product have made about £5 profit on the shirt, because that's what these companies are. They're about making profit. And then TK Maxx will sell it for £35 or £40, and TK Maxx will make their profit on it. So I doubt very much that we're never going to see these 32 WD shirts flying about. I don't think they're going to be very rare. Also, the problem is that feature of having the W's and D's along the side of the shirt is only available on the expensive 110 authentic heat ready player version shirt. It is not available on the standard aero ready standard shirt, which I think is actually disgusting. It's basically saying to fans that if you want the shirt with all of the features, all of the visual features, not the performance features, the visual features, you basically have to be rich and be able to spend up to upwards of £110, because if you want a name on the back, that's an extra £15, so that's now £125. If you want a Champions League patch or a Premier League patch, that's an extra £5. So we're looking at like £130 for one shirt. And then the problem is by Christmas or definitely by the end of the season, that shirt will be half price. And they're preying on the fact that people are going to buy it. I think it's actually disgusting that they have made this two-tier system where there are actual proper visual differences in the shirt. I'm not even sure what version of the shirt that I'm going to buy. I really like the fact that they've got the wins and the losses in the taping around the shirt, but it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. Adidas are not the only company that do this. Nike are not usually as bad. It's just the quality of the Nike Stadium versus the quality of the Nike Advanced ADV shirts is very stark. Like the detailing, it almost looks fake on some of the Nike ones. I've spoken about before with the Inter Milan home shirt from 2 seasons ago, the snake one. When I bought it, I was so underwhelmed because they used the premium version in their advertising. It looked wicked, but when it arrived, the stadium version, I was like, this is horrid. It doesn't look how it looks in the pictures. So yeah, these companies are basically just trying to squeeze as much money out of us consumers as possible. And if we're going to talk about Nike, let's talk about the Galatasaray shirt from last season, the 2022-23. The home standard version and the home advanced ADV or the dry fit ADV player spec version are literally almost completely different shirts. The neckline is completely different. On the cheap version, which isn't cheap, I keep saying the cheap version, on the cheaper version, it's just a standard crew neck and that's it. And then they've even mocked it even more for this season because the home shirt is more or less exactly the same as the stadium version from last year on both. It's just got a different colour collar. They're taking football fans for a ride. I'm going to stop ranting, right? But I just felt like I had to come in front of the camera and talk about it because it bugs me. I'm not even going to go into the fact that teams like Arsenal and Adidas are always releasing stuff. There's always pre-match stuff. There's training stuff. There's icon stuff. There's all of this stuff that they just keep releasing, and it's too much. They just on and on and on, just trying to get people to spend their money. I am actually going to say though, the Adidas icon stuff with which is similar to this template from 1994, where the stuff comes up from the side. I think as an Arsenal shirt, that shirt is wicked. I think it's really nice, and I've seen some people who have mocked up and put the Fly Emirates sponsor on it. That could have been this season's home shirt, but instead they put it out there for 50 quid or £70 or however much they're charging for it. It's not even a real shirt. It's just it's just like a concept shirt, really. And they've done it for all of their clubs across the board. That would have been a sick template. I think people would have gone nuts for that as an actual proper match shirt. It's just they're doing too much. Let me know if you agree and how you feel about it. But yeah, Arsenal made a boo-boo, or not Arsenal, Adidas made a boo-boo with a manufacturing error, and they are still going to make profit on it. And that's just the world that we live in. That's enough ranting. Thank you to everyone that's watched the video. Make sure you hit up a like. So close to that 1,000 subs, man. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Thumbs up. I've been Kitmanaman. Peace.